Alright everyone, so I just wanted to give a quick update on what's kind of going on with the Social Security kind of rehashing. I did a video a while ago on how the government was going to try and increase Social Security by a couple $100s a month for everyone on the program now, because the way that they were calculating the cost of living adjustment for Social Security was based off the CPIW. I did a whole series of videos on the CPIW, and we did a month-to-month kind of tracking on the CPIW and what the COLA would be. You can check on my channel for those videos. But they found out that the CPIW is not a good reflection of how seniors, people who are on Social Security, spend their money. And what they're going to do is they're going to say, forget the past, let's figure out how to adjust it for the future. In addition to this, they are also trying to figure out how to make Social Security and Medicare solvent again. Solvent just basically means that it will not run out of money. Social Security will run out of money in about 2035, and Medicare Part A, I think, will run out of money somewhere sooner than that. So both Medicare and Social Security are in danger of pretty much going bankrupt. And the Congress or the government has to figure out how to fix this problem. Now, I'm not going to say who proposed which side of the coin, but it doesn't matter. One proposal to fix Social Security is to boost the Social Security age from maximum age, that is, from 67 to 69. That's a benefit cut, right? I mean, let's just call it anything you want, but when you look at the numbers, mathematically, that's a benefit cut. You get a penalty for taking Social Security too early, and your benefit period is now increased by 2 years that you have to wait, or you get a benefit cut. It's a benefit cut. Another idea is to remove the cap at which Social Security benefits are taxed. Well, remove the cap for Social Security taxes. So Social Security, if you folks may not know, is 6.2% currently. And this is not including federal tax, state tax, local tax, any kind of tax. This is a tax that comes directly out of your payroll. If you, like me, are self-employed, you pay 2 times that. You pay 12.4% for your self-employment tax, right? That's money that goes to Social Security. And currently the way it works is if you make over, let's call it $160,000, you no longer have to pay that 6.2 or 12.4% because Social Security has a max, so the amount that you are taxed should also have a max. What some Congress members are suggesting is that we remove that cap, and therefore all income, earned income, gets taxed for Social Security. Now, their argument is that everyone should pay their fair share. I don't think that someone who makes $300,000 should pay for other people's Social Security. Social Security is supposed to be an entitlement program that you pay into to get money out. Now wait till you hear this third iteration of what they want to do. They want to phase out, number 1, COLA. They want to also phase out, number 2, Social Security for people who have more money or have more assets. Now think about this. If you have more money and more assets, you're paying into Social Security program, and now they're telling you that if you have more money and more assets, you will not get anything from Social Security. Now, I don't know about you, but number 1, that doesn't sound fair to people who make a lot of money. I am not someone who makes a lot of money. I am in the second, third, maybe not even third, second tax bracket. You know, I pay taxes. I don't pay a lot of taxes because I don't make a lot of money. But if I did make a lot of money, I would feel pretty shafted. And if you look at people who make a lot of money, our president, for example, might make a lot of money. Who knows? But he has 2 S-corps. And if you know anything about business structure and entity structures, you know that S-corps are a great way to get around paying self-employment tax. Basically what you can do is you can say, this is my company. The company pays me a salary of, let's call it $50,000, but my company makes $2 million, and those $2 million are paid to me as a dividend or as an owner's kind of equity. Therefore, it bypasses self-employment tax or employment tax, or social security tax, and goes directly into your account. Think of like if you own a dividend stock, like Coca-Cola, for example. But instead of owning a Coca-Cola, you own your own S-corp, and your own S-corp pays you out a dividend. Same thing. You don't pay self-employment taxes or employment taxes on the dividend from Coca-Cola. You don't pay those taxes on the dividend coming from your S-corp. Same idea. And that's what most people who make tons of money will end up doing. So ultimately, it will become a wash because most people won't even pay that. And people who are paying that now will pay a great CPA or a tax consultant to figure out a way to make sure that they don't have to pay more than they're supposed to, especially if at the end of the day, meaning when they retire, they'll get nothing from the system, right? So I'm gonna close with this thought. You guys can think about it too. When the government starts providing all the answers for the society, the government now has all the control. Right? If everyone who is a citizen of this country of America is reliant on the government to provide all the solutions, what does that make the government able to do? What makes the government able to control us? Control you. Which is not ideal. Government should be there to set and enforce a structure in which we all citizens who live in this country abide by. But we should still have, at least in America anyway, freedoms and flexibilities to navigate our way through the current system. Any other iteration of this would be like socialism or communism, where we have a set base rule, and if anything goes wrong at all, we ask the government for help. Now, government regulation has always been iffy at best, but it has to be done. Somebody has to come in and say, this is wrong, this is okay. Especially when other people's rights are infringed on. But what if the government controlled everything? Like what it seems like our society wants. We want the government to control everything. We want the government to control regulations, we want the government to control healthcare, we want the government to control expenses, we want the government to control inflation, we want the government to control economic output. That doesn't make any sense to me. We should be able to do what we're meant to do, which is we the people control our society, not we the government control the people. So just think about that when you're thinking about all these political things. Is there any way that you yourself could be able to sustain anything that the government throws at you? Anything, meaning that you're not going to go to, like, you don't commit a crime or anything like that. Like, bar those things. Bar, like, the extreme things. You're able to figure out your way around without utilizing government intervention. And if you can, that is, in my opinion, the best way to carry out yourself. And our country provides a lot of those freedoms, and at least restrictions to things that are really meaningful, like building regulations and those types of things. So if that makes sense to you, leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video.